Currently, all eyes seem to be on SpaceX's flying monster, Starship, but besides that, Musk's company also owns a giant rocket equally formidable as Starship, called Falcon Heavy, with exploration potential and enormous cost savings. In the near future, it promises to revolutionize the way we explore space. That's why the development of Super Heavy is so crucial for SpaceX. It's the key to opening the door to the world's future. They not only change and develop numerous prototypes of the Starship spacecraft, but also crazily modify and improve its colossal booster. The breathtaking pace of change and developments in the Starship booster has left the world astonished, and it's thrilled NASA scientists. With each iteration, the Starship booster undergoes remarkable transformations, showcasing SpaceX's unwavering commitment to pushing the limits of technology. Stay tuned as we dive into this and more in today's episode.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of my channel.
Designed to launch Starship's massive namesake upper stage, part of the way to orbit, Super Heavy is in many ways simpler than Starship, but just as complex and unprecedented in others. It's a large vertical launch, vertical landing, liquid rocket booster, the likes of which SpaceX already has extensive experience with through Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy. What mainly sets Super Heavy apart is its sheer scale. Measuring around 72 meters from tip to tail, Super Heavy, just one of two Starship stages, is almost as tall as an entire two-stage Falcon 9 or Falcon Heavy rocket. Everyone will be astonished by SpaceX's uncommon launch of Falcon Heavy. Initially, SpaceX began with a straightforward concept, exploring space in an innovative and affordable way. At 9 meters wide, a single Super Heavy booster, effectively a giant steel tube, should be able to store at least 6 or 7 times as much propellant as Falcon 9 and about 2 to 3 times as much as Falcon Heavy. Engine count and peak thrust are similarly staggering. In terms of total thrust, the 33 engines on the Super Heavy booster will break the record of 10 million pounds thrust from 30 engines that powered the Soviet Union's N-1 moon rocket. In fact, to create the world's most powerful Super Heavy booster, SpaceX has undergone dozens of booster tests and upgrades to achieve the level of perfection it has today. The development process of Super Heavy is like climbing a hill, from simple to complex, from low to high, and continuously improving. Musk, the captain of the company, realized that to truly venture into distant realms like Mars, a large and potent rocket would be necessary. This led to the appearance of Falcon Heavy, which can be described as an enlarged version of the Falcon 9 rocket. Falcon Heavy was created by combining 3 Falcon 9 rockets. On March 18, 2021, Elon unveiled SpaceX's first Starship Super Heavy booster. At the time, Musk mentioned that Booster 1 was a production pathfinder. He also expressed the intention for Booster 2 to be the one that would fly. However, despite the initial optimism, the reality has proven to be challenging. Even after 16 months since its launch, no Super Heavy prototype has ever taken flight. And the reality is that in just over a year, SpaceX has retired 5 official booster prototypes, BN-1, BN-2, BN-3, BN-4, and BN-5. We can still see that this timeline has demonstrated that SpaceX has faced numerous challenges and technical complexities in the development of Super Heavy. While the timeline may have experienced delays and setbacks, it all showcases SpaceX's commitment to refining its prototypes and pushing the boundaries of space exploration. Booster 4 was the first fully stacked prototype completed in August 2021, and was expected to perform its first orbital flight at that time. Unfortunately, Booster 4 and Ship 20 were retired shortly thereafter. Clearly, significant technical developments had taken place with the subsequent prototypes, rendering Booster 4 no longer their ideal choice. There's no argument when it comes to the commendable designs that were integrated into Booster 7. Instead of the 29 Raptor V1 engines installed on Super Heavy B4, Booster 7 is designed to accommodate up to 33 Raptor V2 engines. Therefore, Booster 7 can generate more than 40% additional thrust compared to Booster 4. Booster 7 features several other design changes, including sleeker raceways, external conduits that protect wiring and smaller plumbing, and significant changes to the aero covers that slot over that aft hardware. Beyond its Raptor engines, the next two most substantial modifications made to Super Heavy Booster 7 are arguably a pair of Strake-like aero covers and the addition of large internal header tanks meant to store landing propellant. A series of new sharp-edged aero covers are now expected to slot over the top of two new pairs of 5 composited overwrapped pressure vessels, COPs, that run about a third of the way up Booster 7's tanks. They may function a bit like Strakes, most wing-like structures designed to improve aerodynamic stability. In comparison, Super Heavy B4 has 4 sets of 2 COPs spaced evenly around the outside of its engine section. SpaceX appears to have upgraded Super Heavy Booster 7 with a full set of internal header tanks, meaning that it should now be able to store all needed landing propellant in separate tanks. That significantly decreases the amount of pressurization gas required and makes it much easier to ensure that Super Heavy's Raptor engines are fed with an uninterrupted flow of propellant during complex in-space and in-atmosphere maneuvers. However, the outcome wasn't very favorable for Booster 7. It carried out its mission with Starship 24 and concluded with a spectacular explosion that shook the world. Deemed a successful explosion, SpaceX swiftly moved on to new prototypes with much bolder upgrades aiming for their next launch. The most huge and crucial upgrade is perhaps the hot staging enhancement on top of the Super Heavy, set to be integrated starting from Booster 9, which is SpaceX's phase separation approach for the Starship. It's not as simple as the previous planned bottle opening mechanism for the booster. Instead, the Starship's engines will begin firing before all the Super Heavy engines have shut down. This technique has been used for many years on Russian rockets, and Elon mentioned that it'll enhance the performance of Super Heavy. We shut down most engines on the booster, leaving just a few running, and then at the same time start the engines on the ship or upper stage, he said. Obviously, that results in kind of blast in the booster, so you've got to protect the top of the boost stage from getting incinerated by the upper stage engines. The solution is to add shield into the top of the Super Heavy stage, along with an extension featuring vents to direct the upper stage engine exhaust plumes away from the lower stage during the initial startup. There's a meaningful payload to orbit advantage with hot staging that's conservatively about a 10% improvement if you never stop thrusting, Musk said. The hot gas manifold on the Raptor is designed to carry super hot methane-rich gas into the combustion chamber, and that's also changed. The high temperature could create leaks through bolt holes where the manifold's attached. Musk stated that the manifold itself's been redesigned, and higher torque fittings will be used to tighten the bolts more securely, eliminating potential leaks at the bolt holes. Next, Booster 9 and subsequent Super Heavy prototypes will have improved engine control compared to Booster 7, involving a complete change in the thrust vector control for better maneuverability of each engine. Instead of using a complex web of plumbing and hydraulic power units bolted to the side of Super Heavy, Booster 9's 13th Central Raptors will be electrically steered. This has allowed SpaceX to remove those power units and reduce the already rat nest of plumbing required to fuel, control, power, and steer dozens of high-performance rocket engines on just one booster. All these upgrades unfold according to SpaceX's plan. Their unexpectedly successful outcomes are evident in the fiery hopes of Booster 9. With 2 static fire tests, the engine numbers 29 and 31 respectively were activated faster, and the process did not encounter many similar problems that occurred with tests of previous prototypes. Booster 9 has emerged as a fairly successful prototype for SpaceX since its debut in pretty short time. This has truly shocked NASA scientists. Indeed, in a relentless effort and continuous improvement by SpaceX to create better products, they quickly addressed their limitations from previous failures. At that time, Starship was just a concept, with SpaceX's initial attempt at a heavy-lift orbital vehicle, and its payload capacity could be compared to the SLS. The use of a reused fairing, which had previously landed in the ocean, is a testament to SpaceX's exceptional cleaning standards. NASA's choice to employ a reused fairing for such a crucial mission underscores the immense confidence they have in SpaceX's refurbishment procedures. the international space community acknowledged NASA's stringent standards for mission success and payload safety. Therefore, their approval of a reused fairing serves as a significant testament of SpaceX's dependability. SpaceX's path to reusability has been a journey of continuous effort, not an instant triumph. Since 2020, they have been progressively broadening the extent of fairing reuse to reduce the costs associated with launches. Each fairing, laden with sensors, thrusters, a heat shield, and more, carries an expensive cost of $6 million. The savings from reusing these components can have a significant impact on the financial aspects of space exploration. In conclusion, SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket stands out as one of the most potent rockets in operation today, with its reusability allowing for significant cost savings. The upcoming launch of NASA's Psyche mission, which will be the first primary science mission launched into orbit by Falcon Heavy, marks a crucial moment in space exploration. Despite concerns about the payload fairing, SpaceX's track record of success and innovative approaches have earned them the trust and confidence of NASA and the international space community. SpaceX's path to reusability has been a continuous effort, and their success in this area promises to revolutionize the way we explore space, making it more affordable and accessible for everyone. It's gone through numerous iterative prototypes. The culmination was when Starship completed its first flight in April and a resume flying again by the end of the year. If you like this video, make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.